I've managed to hold off talking about Wheel of Time for like 2-3 weeks almost. It's been like the longest time ever for my channel, so we're going back in. We're going back in hard. These next few weeks, it's gonna be a lot of Wheel of Time, and I'm very excited for it. I took a break, I expanded my horizons, now I'm coming home. And we're gonna start off by talking about the Wheel of Time video game. Yes, Wheel of Time has a video game, and surprise, surprise, it's actually really, really great. Oh, right, because it's the people dying place. If you want to buy it, link in the description down below. But I am a bit of like an old game fan, not to a huge extent, but I enjoy diving into the older aspects of gaming, see which ones have aged really, really well, and I firmly believe that this has aged insanely well. I also have a few Let's Plays with this game on my channel. I didn't do more than a couple because I didn't want to just turn it into another Let's Play channel. There's enough of those. No diss to Let's Players, but I'm not one of y'all. And many of you seemed surprised by several aspects of this game, and to be honest, those surprising aspects are why this game holds up so well. Yeah, it's old, so there's gonna be things that are inexcusable to modern day gamers who maybe have never suffered through playing a 90s game. Yes, this came out in '99, it is 20 years old. Wow, I feel old. In fact, it's so old, it has one of these need a hint, call this numbers. I'm gonna call that at the end of this video. Oh, and you install it on 2 discs. All you kids out there, just download your games off the interwebs. We used to have discs. I remember installing Warcraft 3 off a floppy disk. Moving on. It was bootleg. Moving on. So what surprised almost everyone who watched me doing that Let's Play of this original Wheel of Time video game is that the genre is a first-person shooter. It's a fantasy first-person shooter. Weird, right? Oh wow, speak of the devil. There it is. Oh, well, okay, let's grab that. Can you come away from that area? Thank you, okay. You know, if you're cordial with the Shadow Spawn and other evil entities, they help you back. Well, if you're familiar with older games, you know that a lot of them relied on being a first-person shooter, but they brilliantly crafted in the story to make that genre make sense. Tell me, what are Aes Sedai as a fighter? Range. They almost always fight at a range. Very weird to see an Aes Sedai go up and touch someone and do something. That's odd. That's notable throughout the series. So you are inherently going to be essentially shooting from a distance 100% of the time as an Aes Sedai. Well, that's enough right there, but you also need to have more mechanics limiting on how much you can channel. Well, there's again a bit of a problem there. Having a standard energy mechanic when your only weapon is ranged weapons is a bit troublesome. Well, they brilliantly crafted in another mechanic to limit you as the user to rely on Tir-Ongrial completely. So you're desperately scrambling throughout the campaign to collect Tir-Ongrial to help you fight off the hordes of Dark Friends that are coming after you as you enter familiar locations like Shadar Logoth. Oh, is there gonna be human parts? Maybe. I'm gonna say yes, because he's missing a lot of things. You're just a very weak Aes Sedai who must use them to be able to use any significant weaves. That's smart. Whoever came up with that idea must have been familiar with the series and knew the limitations of gaming. So I have not looked up who was the mind behind this, but wow, it paid off. Good job. And so the mechanics are there. The graphics are not horrible by the standard of the time at all. In fact, I'd say they're well above average. Most other reviewers I've seen who have given this game a try, whether they're fans of Wheel of Time or not, all rave that it seems to be a hidden gem of that era. Much better than most mainstream titles. It just didn't get the marketing budget to raise it up to be a Quake, original Diablo, etc. I'm really curious if Robert Jordan played this game all the way through and beat it. I'd love to know, but for some reason I don't think so. He doesn't seem like a gamer to me. I'm sure he knew the story all the way through. And that's actually what brings me to my next point and what I think elevates this game from just being a very notable game of that era to a game that should be remembered by fans of Wheel of Time and played. The story here is wonderful. You are playing this weaker Aes Sedai who's reliant on tools to stay alive, who is chasing, well, I'm not going to spoil it because I know some of you are going to want to pick it up and figure it out on your own, but you are engaged in quite the journey here, and it's a fantastic story to the point where I hope it's canon. I hope this is canon because damn, it's a good job. Just want to throw this in there. There's over an hour of cinematics within this game as well, which is unheard of for the time in gaming. I know now we're kind of spoiled with that, but if you want a Wheel of Time movie almost, you can go on YouTube and check out the cutscenes. They've all been compiled by fellow YouTuber Video Game Cinema. Fitting. Well, go check it out. I'll put that link in the description down below as well. I'm fairly protective of what I want to be in my Wheel of Time. I get weirdly bothered by like fan fiction, like stop it. No. Unfettered 3, while I appreciated the additional chapters to A Memory of Light, I see why they were cut and they are not canon in my head, gone. But this game, hot damn. Hot damn. I would give the Wheel of Time 1999 video game a must-play for fans with any PC, because I promise you anything today is going to run it, out of 10. And for gamers in general, I'll give it a, yeah, if you like classic games that have aged extraordinarily well and have a lot of charm for them, as well as unique mechanics to make the combat challenging and hard to master, go for it. Because from a technical standpoint, this game is rock solid. All right, this is where I died before. And an evil guy came out around here. I'm gonna assume from that, there he is. There you go, come here. No, come on. It's a bad monkey, lizard, demon thing. Although I did have to crank up the brightness to be able to see anything at all quite severely, but that's unrelated, I guess. So this begs the question, should there be another Wheel of Time video game? I've mentioned it casually before on my channel and never really dived in depth about it. Of course I'd love there to be, but I would be super nervous depending on which company got it, what genre they should go for again, you know, all these factors. If I could choose, Valve or BioWare in my mind. Those two handle story and world well enough that I'd at least have faith they could somewhat capture Robert Jordan's brilliant masterpiece, that is, Westlands, or, you know, the whole Aiel Waste and everything. Oh, a game in the Aiel Waste. Oh, an Aiel game. Do I think they should do another first-person shooter? No, I don't want to be constrained to just being an Aes Sedai who's reliant on ter'angreal. It's great for the older mechanics, and it's why this older game has really challenging aspects to it that are super fun, but I have a powerful gaming PC and I want to take advantage of that and let it immerse me within the Wheel of Time world as much as possible. If it was 10 years from now, I might even advocate for the Wheel of Time game to be VR, but we're not there technically yet, and I'm hoping fantasy games go in that direction in the future, but as of now, it's too soon. It's gonna have to not be VR. Would I want something on the complete open Skyrim world level? No, I think I'd want it to be a bit more constrained and narrative focused. I mean, the whole meme with Skyrim is you can just run away from the first thing and never do any story objectives before you get all the best shit and then just sprint through the game. I don't think that should be Wheel of Time, because that's not Wheel of Time at heart. I'd much prefer the story to be a central element, much more similar to a Last of Us type environment, and maybe incorporate some more open world, but put a lot of heavy love and attention on the magic system if the user decides to be a magic user. That's key there. I want there to be several options of how you can start in this world and progress. Remaining in the light, joining the dark, that'd be an interesting thing that makes the replayability of the game amazing. But do I think these gaming companies have enough resources, time, and effort to be able to craft a game that I think can do Wheel of Time justice right now? No. I want a company that has all the resources in the world, obviously, and all the time, love, and passion. And after seeing a lot of these companies just put out form factor games that seem like rehashes of last year's, it kind of worries me. That's why I chose BioWare as well. I feel like they do that less, though they're still guilty of it to an extent. I usually like hyper-stylized graphics in games, but when it comes to Wheel of Time, I want as real looking as possible. I don't know why. I have a lot of demands. Many of them could be seen as unrealistic, but this leads me to my question for you, the commenter in this video, for the comment section down below. If you could perfectly design your own Wheel of Time video game, what would it look like? What would the storyline be? Genre? Would you do a dungeon crawler, first-person shooter, third-person shooter? What have you? What would you do? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually really curious about this. I'm gonna go read through them after this video is uploaded. Wednesday? Am I doing this one Wednesday? I think I'm doing this one Wednesday. Anyway, y'all, like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. Even $1 a month means the world to me, and it means you can watch with an ad blocker totally guilt-free. Have a good one, y'all. Peace!
The service you are attempting to use has been restricted or is available. Please contact customer care for assistance. 20265.
Why was that creepy?